You walked into a room and everyone stopped talking, and your brain immediately jumped to, they were definitely talking about me, instead of, they literally just paused for a second. Now you're doing a deep dive through your entire social history. That comment you made, the way you laughed. Is there something on your face? Is your outfit wrong today? You're building a case file, connecting dots that don't exist, running a full background check on your own social existence while they've moved on to debating lunch options. Completely unaware, you've just spiraled into a full blown existential crisis over a moment that meant nothing. Here's the thing, you're not scared of what people think, you're scared of what you think people think. And that's way worse, because while real people are out there living their lives, barely registering your existence, you've created an entire imaginary audience in your head that's dissecting your every move, like you're a contestant on a reality show. You'll post a simple lunch photo and immediately imagine your high school friend thinking you're showing off. You'll share a win at work and convince yourself your cousin thinks you're bragging. You'll wear a new outfit and decide that stranger at the coffee shop definitely thinks you're trying too hard. Meanwhile, that stranger is worried you're judging their order. It's like we're all in this bizarre cycle of assuming everyone else is watching us when really we're all just anxious about being watched. But here's where it gets wild. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. Basically, we think we're the main character in everyone else's movie, when really we're just an extra in the background who showed up for like 2 seconds. Studies from Cornell actually found that we overestimate how much people notice us by a massive amount. You think everyone's staring at that stain on your shirt? They're not. They're thinking about their own stain, or their awkward email, or whether they left the stove on. The brutal truth? Most people are way too busy worrying about themselves to waste mental energy judging you. You're not even on their radar, which is kind of liberating and kind of insulting at the same time. So, why do we do this? Why do we care so much? It's because your brain is stuck in ancient survival mode. Back in the day, being rejected by your tribe literally meant death. No group meant no protection, no food, no survival. So your brain developed this hyperactive alarm system that screams danger every time you think someone might not like you. Except now, Karen from accounting not laughing at your joke isn't a survival threat. It's just awkward. But your brain doesn't know the difference. It's still acting like you're about to get kicked out of the cave because you wore the wrong animal skin. And let's be real, even when people do judge you, it's usually way more about them than you. Someone thinks you're too loud, they're probably insecure about being too quiet. Someone thinks you're not ambitious enough, they're probably exhausted from their own hustle and projecting. We judge others based on our own fears and insecurities. So when you're spiraling about what someone thinks of you, remember, they're probably just holding up a mirror to their own stuff. Their opinion of you is really just their autobiography. You're not even the author. But the wildest part, the people whose opinions you're desperately trying to manage probably respect you less for it. There's this thing called the Pratfall Effect, where people actually like you more when you mess up, when you're imperfect, when you're just unapologetically yourself. Because perfection is boring, it's intimidating, it's fake. But someone who posts the unflattering photo, shares the weird thought, admits they have no idea what they're doing. That's relatable. That's real. That's someone you actually want to be around. So by trying so hard to control what people think, you're accidentally making yourself less likable. Here's the truth. You could spend your entire life carefully curating every word, every action, every post, trying to be universally liked. And you'd still end up with people who don't get you because you can't control other people's thoughts. You just can't. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. But the second you stop caring, the second you just do your thing without the constant mental commentary, something shifts. You stop performing, you start living. And ironically, that's when people actually start gravitating toward you. Because confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being so okay with your imperfections that other people's opinions just become background noise. Look, if you've ever walked into a room, heard silence, and immediately assumed you were the topic of conversation, hit that like button and subscribe. Because we're out here exposing all the weird mental gymnastics your brain does when you're just trying to exist. Tell me in the comments about a time you convinced yourself everyone was judging you when they were probably just thinking about their own problems. Because honestly, realizing you're not actually the main character in everyone else's story is when you actually start enjoying your life.